The eco-villages are very diverse within Gen. Some are very small, some are larger, some are more ecologically oriented, some are spiritually oriented, some are politically oriented, and some are oriented towards becoming a research center, more academically. Sometimes people are living there together all year round, sometimes not. So I would say it depends a lot. So I see Gen as an umbrella organization more in this function to showcase the various solutions that have been there, and not so much being the solution in itself. The visibility of how much has been happening exponentially in this last year. I think it's a message of hope. It is a message that has profoundly moved many people to see what Gen is. So I think really Gen is changing shape in these in this period, and I think this is it's coming out, and in this conference I think it got out. As a council and staff of Gen representing these eco-villages, it's exactly our job to find out which are those skills that have been developed. How can they also sometimes be translated into a language that can be understood, because sometimes there's also a jargon in eco-villages that is not so much appealing to mainstream society. So you have to translate this, and there are many interfaces with mainstream. It can be academia, it can be politics, it can be co-housing, it can be urban developments, it can be politicians, it can be really many levels. So I think we have to connect, get partners on the other side, and then learn together on how we can create a language that is understood on the other side. Because it's not only about having solutions, it's also about being able to transmit, communicate them. Because if eco-villages could become a tool for modernization in Africa that bypasses the dependency on petrol, and at the same time being a holistic model that could also include answers to the social, political situation of women, of elders, of community building, of the traditional values, this very appreciative approach, empowering also the individual. I think that to see this flourish on the ground in Africa, in India, in North Africa, is tremendously successful. There's an urgent need to live more community. People are aware of the difficulties around this, and then to be able to draw back on some of the instruments that have been developed in the research of these eco-villages and communities, I think is very valuable. There's a vision behind it and a tool, and together it is the right seed for these times, because obviously it also takes a ground that welcomes this. There are some very stable eco-villages who could support smaller ones. There are different fields of expertise within the eco-villages, so I hope that there will become a big exchange, for example, around the sphere of education, of people teaching in eco-villages, researching new models, would meet up, cross-fertilize, and prepare again in a language that's understandable what the important insights have been. And we're assisting at something really important, which is new models of living family, of family ties, of understanding what is this doing to children, what are values that we have that can be transmitted to children differently in community, which is about solidarity, it's about relating with adults in a different way, entering into communication and relationship without fear. And these are tools that hopefully when they grow up, they will be able to create a different reality. So we are preparing the ground for children really to grow up, have a different setting of experience that will then make the change more sustainable, more resilient, more real. But it will be then them taking it to the next step with all the freedom to do with what they want, because we don't know. For me, Gen is a vehicle, like a train where you can get in a lot of eco-villages, diverse people going on the same track, creating their binaries as they go. But it's a sunny, happy landscape in front of them.